Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Friedman Adventures. It is the morning briefing. It's great to be back with y'all. Welcome to the Eastern Pacific, a lovely beach in Southern California. Some guys are back there surf fishing behind me. Keep your eyes on them for me, because if they start whaling on them, I may have to cut this short and join them. It has been pretty good here in the surf lately. But there's a breeze and it's kind of cold. I wish I would have worn a jacket this morning. I didn't. I'm just going to have to tough it out through this and bring you all the very, very latest. We've got a lot to share with you here this morning, so let's get into it. First of all, up in Tehachapi, I wanted to mention to you that Bright Lake, B-R-I-T-E Lake, May 21st, they're stocking 1,500 pounds of big, fat, juicy trout, and it's a free event there at Bright Lake. That is going to be on May the 21st. Of course, May the 22nd, just a couple of spots left now on the Island Spirit Ventura Sport Fishing, a special Sunday trip with Friedman Adventures. Can't wait. We're leaving at 6 a.m., returning at 5 p.m. As I say, there's just a couple of spots left. Hope you can join us, because guess what? This wind and this weather is going to go away in the Channel Islands starting Wednesday through the weekend. The forecast is for really great weather, and I'm waiting to see if the sea bass are going to explode. Of course, it's just going to make things easier in terms of fishing for rockfish and everything else, so that should be a really fun and great trip. Cody Rogers is such a capable captain. We're going to focus on exotics in the morning, see if we can't get a sea bass, halibut, yellowtail, something like that to bite for us, and if not, we're going to load the sacks with some rockfish. So really looking forward to that trip. Ventura Sport Fishing, fantastic customer service up there, great fishing, and we'll hope that it's going to turn on. We're going to get a preview of that here starting on Wednesday, maybe even before that. I know that the Ranger 85 is out there right now on a 3-day trip. They're going to have some windy weather at the start of their trip, lovely weather toward the end. We'll get some updates from those guys. Hopefully that is getting ready to turn on. Also, before we get into what's going on fishing wise here in the Eastern Pacific, I want to tell you that I got totally punked bad. I mean, I really fell for this at our recent event, the casting tournament. Many of you didn't even see it, but you know, I made that albacore prediction. Second year in a row that I've called for albacore. Last year, I was 100% correct. They caught an albacore on the New Loan. Actually, I had predicted many more albacore than that, so not so much. This year, we have predicted albacore again. I haven't updated that yet, but I'm going to do that very, very soon. But I was walking around making sure everybody was having a really good time at our event when Sam De La Torre walked up to me from Island Fishing Tackle, and he said, "Phil, Brian Yoshida has albacore info for you." And I'm like, Brian Yoshida? Wait a minute now. If Brian's going to give me some info, I'm going to take it to the bank. Totally trustworthy source, plugged into the industry, knows what's going on. I started getting really excited about it. And then here's what happened. Brian, we're at the casting pond in the park, and you got albacore information? Are you serious?
This commercial guys told me. Yeah, Phil Friedman said albacore are biting. Wait,
Yeah.
you did?
I think so. Hold on.
Sam, you bit.
Yeah.
Fuck up! So Brian, you got albacore info?
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh no! You kidding me?
$249
Sam, you got me all excited.
$249 on sale.
Jeez, I fell for that one, man. You're killing me. I thought my prediction was coming true. You had to think that out ahead of time, man.
Sam's idea.
Oh man,
Made my day right there.
you killed me. Sam comes over. You gotta go talk to Brian. He's got albacore information. A boat caught albacore, or someone caught it.
He just said albacore's on sale.
Yeah. That's the dope.
All right, I totally fell. Honestly, I totally fell. I thought Brian was going to tell me about some private boater or some sport boat that had 100 albacore on the boat. I really fell for it. All right, let's get into the fishing, and let's start in San Diego and talk bluefin tuna, where the bite is terrible, crappy. I'm trying. trying to come up with an adjective that is just really slow right now, okay? I mean, it is off the bite. Not sure what it is. Green Box has left a comment on our YouTube channel. He said, Phil, it's the full moon, man. And Green Box is right. Sometimes those fish move on the full. They get squirrely on the full. Maybe the fleet's having a hard time getting on them. I know guys are seeing fish down there. There's some pretty good schools. I mean, good schools around, but they are just off the bite. The term we use is they've got their nose in the mud. That is the term. If you hear somebody, a captain, say, yeah, they got their nose in the mud, that just means they're not biting. They're there, but they're not biting. And that is certainly the case with the bluefin tuna bite down there around the Ensenada area right now. It is just not cooperating. It's very, very tough fishing right now. Now, having said that, the worst mistake you can make if you're headed to San Diego is to not go totally prepared. You need to be prepared because it's like a light switch. Right now the light switch is down, but it can flip on in an instant, and it will flip on. It's just a matter of time until that fish gets going. So let's just review. If you're headed to San Diego, you definitely want to have that outfit with the 30 to 40 pound fluorocarbon. We like Opsin USA, opsinusa.com. Make sure you put in FA, Friedman Adventures, at checkout. You'll get a note from Greg and a special gift. We love that, and that's a very good thing to have right now. I mean, the fish are finicky. You need every edge you can get, including choosing a really good hot bait. So make sure you're doing that. But having said that, a lot of these fish have been up over the 100-pound mark. They've been beautiful grades. So 2-speed reels. Some people suggest 60. I suggest nothing lighter than 80 in case you really hook one of those big trophies. You definitely want to have that. Now, there's also been some kelp patty yellowtail. Not a lot, a little bit. 1 or 2 boats seem to have the horseshoe and come up with some forkies on a kelp. But for the most part, pretty tough with regard to that. But one of these days, and hopefully a little bit later today, the light switch is going to go on. Nighttime bluefin tuna fishing had been spectacular. And of course, using the knife jigs or the Zakana lures, you know, flat falls, all those are working well. 100 to 300 grams seem to be best of all. And we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that that bite's going to get rolling again. And you know it will. Those bluefin, there was copious amounts, and they seem to be everywhere. They seem to be moving to the west, so we'll see what happens with regard to that. They move out west there, maybe someone will actually catch an albacore while they're out there looking for that bluefin tuna. So right now, pretty darn slow. Coronado Islands, there's been an occasional flash of yellowtail out there, but a flash, you know, no consistency quite yet. We're kind of in transition coming out of this windy weather, and really the weather down there in San Diego, Ensenada, northern Baja is not an issue right now, and it won't be for the rest of the week. It's nice seas, so the guys can work in that kind of condition really well. And now what the fleet is doing is, of course, spreading out and trying to find a nugget that wants to bite. So we'll be keeping our eyes on a lot of sinker fish on that big bluefin also. So some 6 and 8 ounce torpedo sinkers is the way to get it done. Not sure how to rig up. Talk to a crew member. Stop by Big Fish Bait and Tackle right down the street here in the beautiful city of Seal Beach. Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California. Just get in there and they'll give you a little tutorial on how to make that happen. All right, let's talk about our local islands here. We'll just kind of group them together and talk to them about them in a group. San Clemente Island, that island slow also. Everything seems to be kind of off the bite right now. Clemente, I mean, there's pretty good spots of bonita up the front side. There's some yellowtail, calico bass, but just off the bite, not really cooperating all that much at all. Catalina Island, the water kind of rolled on us again. That means when you hear somebody say the water rolled, it means it transitioned. Normally it means it got poor. So the water is rolled there. It's a little greener and cooler. We're getting into this good weather scenario. Maybe we'll get some solar warming, and maybe the yellows that are being seen there will start to bite a little bit better, or a lot better. Who knows? It's only a matter of time there. There's some decent bonita fishing over there, and I hope you checked out Chef Jason's recipe for smoked bonita fish dip. Man, that was really good. Delish. So don't throw your bonita away. They are a great fish for eating. And hopefully we'll see some sea bass and halibut out of the island. Speaking of Chef Jason, he was on the Dreamer yesterday. Caught a couple of nice reds. Not a couple. He caught all kinds of great bottom fish, but no exotics, no sea bass, no halibut, and that has been the story here recently at Cat. And SBI, the Little Island, Santa Barbara, also off the bite right now. The Freedom was there and had a couple of yellowtails. In fact, one of the guys who attended our jig fishing event, he drove all the way from Big Bear, California to come down and fish with us, and it was great to see Ray Lovisi. Ray was on that trip. He said the weather was much nicer than he anticipated. It was pretty calm. They had a few sea bass, few halibut, few yellowtail. So Tino Valentine had the trifecta again. Tino, I bet you wish you had the trifecta in the Kentucky Derby. Man, that was a good payoff. Anyway, slow fishing. Hopefully it's going to turn around. We got our fingers crossed on this right now. And Catalina Island, Joel Lopez wants to see Gus on the Friedman Adventures podcast. And I say, Joel, good suggestion. Get on, Gus. I've already invited him a few times. And Gus and I, actually, when I was doing a Spanish language radio show, the first Spanish language outdoor fishing show in Los Angeles, California, with my good friend Joaquin Espinosa from Promar, we were having a ball doing that, and Gus would call in and give the report in Spanish. So that was really, really great. Can't wait to have him on. Good suggestion. Joel, again, Catalina, you know, they're picking at the bonita, picking at the bass, pick, whitefish, rockfish, that kind of thing right now. Coastal bite up and down the coast. We continue to see a little bit of sand and calico bass. In fact, the Island Spirit yesterday out of Ventura picked away at a few sand bass and calico bass, staying along the coast. Windy weather really mandating that they do that. Hopefully we'll see even more of that as we go along. And from Ensenada really up to that area, that's exactly what we're looking at right now. Just a little bit of bass here and there. There's been a smattering of barracuda. No big bite on that. Kind of slow. Guys are resorting to the rockfish and whitefish, and I don't really know why I say resorting to, because it's such great table fare. All of those bottom grabbers are really wonderful table fare. Great to eat, and I'm hoping to see that we can add some surface action to it. We'll see what happens with regard to that. So coastal, not all that great. Do we have a biter here? This guy's running. Oh, I don't know where he's going. I don't know. Maybe he's just going for a jog. Thought we had a biter back there. All right, surf fishing. Perfect transition as that gentleman is running down the beach right now. It's picking up. Now, we're in the midst of a grunion run. So we have until Thursday that grunion will be coming up on the beaches at night. Once again, grunion, it's observation only, but what grunion essentially are is a magnet for all kinds of game fish to move up here. I'm talking about halibut, yellowfin croaker, corvina, all those species will move up here and start to bite. That is really great news and high hopes that it's going to continue. So matching the hatch, grunion, you know, throwing a lucky craft along the beaches here. Up there around Dana, it's been a little bit better. Huntington Beach, there's even been a few barred perch taken here recently. There's been a lot of corvina around here this year, and you can fish those with ghost shrimp, which you can get right down here at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Big Fish Bait and Tackle is your surf fishing mecca. They've got it all there for you. Drop in there and you're right near the beaches. You grab your bait and you head on out. Or you can dig up sandworms in the surf. Sand crabs are great bait, but corvina, they're pretty wily, discriminating type feeders. They love to bite on that lighter line. You can come down here with a trout rod and 6-pound and a little Carolina rig, and man, you'll have the time of your life because they fight hard. They're wily little critters. You can see them. It's like sight fishing bonefish pretty much. They are our bonefish here in SoCal, and it really is a lot of fun. So we're hoping that this bite will continue. Fishing during a grunion run, not a bad idea. You can really cash in at night when you're fishing. It can be a little breezy and cold, sometimes a little uncomfortable, but if you bundle up, come out and fish those grunion runs, they are a lot of fun. But you can't use the grunion for bait right now because it's observation only. I got a whole freezer full of the things, so I can come down here and fish with them. Although, and it's a question for the Department of Fish and Wildlife, I do get nervous about that because I wonder to myself, hey, are they going to think I just like grabbed a grunion? I mean, I guess I could show them the frozen ones, but once they thaw out, anyway, I'm going to have to ask the department about that so I get clear on that. I don't end up going off for doing something wrong. All right, so surf fishing definitely picking up. Grunion runs through Thursday. If you want to take the kids down to observe, it is a lot of fun, no question about it. CCA has a great event this Saturday at the Compton Gun Club. So if you are a believer in perpetuating the rights of fishermen who do so much for the environment, who are the ones who really are the guardians of the sea, then that CCA event will be a good one for you. I'll be the MC there. Really looking forward to seeing all my friends there as usual. And then, of course, May the 22nd, we have got our great trip on the Island Spirit up there out of Ventura Sport Fishing. And my God, I'm telling you, the weather is so nice. Do you guys mind if I say hello to my friend Valentino? Just real quick. Just be 1 second, okay? Buenos dias, hermano. Buenos dias. All right, Valentino, great guy. Super great guy. Keeping everything nice and clean down here. And when I get extra surffish, Valentino and his family, thank the Lord above that I was able to catch a fish. So, Island Spirit, you want to join us? We'd love to have you. There's about 4 spots left right now, and we're leaving this Sunday, so it's a great Sunday, and the weather forecast is great. It's Wednesday through the weekend. It should be great. Don't forget Ventura Sport Fishing. If you'd like to jump on another boat there, please give them a call at 805-676-3474. Tucker McCombs, Brittany McCombs, Sowell up there in the office. Everybody will strive to make sure you have a great day on the water. All right, I think that's it. I'm still kind of angry with Sam and Brian for punking me on that albacore bite the other day. That was pretty funny, I've got to admit. Take care, everybody. I don't think the guys behind me have caught anything yet, so I can rest here assured that I've got time to get this report out to you and then come back down here a little bit later. Take care, my friends, as always. Thanks for sharing a cup of coffee with me. It's the morning briefing here on Tuesday morning. We'll be back with lots more here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel.